Many ways, and for some moms, a post-pregnancy body may be one of the first signs that life will never be the same. But mom dietitian and author Shara Aaron from Yardley sure knows a thing or two about how to get rid of those extra pounds. She joins me this morning to give us some tips from her new book, The Baby Fat Diet. Shara, good morning.
Good morning.
So you are expecting baby number 3.
Yes.
And as I mentioned, you are a dietitian, so you know all about this topic.
That's right.
That can be a little overwhelming for some new moms trying to get back into those skinny jeans after having a baby, right?
It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
So that's what's great about the book, is that we talk a lot about simple things that moms can do. It doesn't have to be a complete overhaul. Her life is different enough as it is. So
good to know. Good. And where did this idea come from, Shara? I know you were here. People might remember you were here around Valentine's Day talking about allowing us to eat chocolate in a healthy way. So you have great topics. Where did this one come from?
Well, having 2 kids, I realized that it's something that a lot of moms struggle with. You've got a whole new life that you're dealing with,
right.
And taking off the weight in yourself is not always a priority. So we wanted to write a book that was about simple ways, simple things that you can do that relate to moms, and that's really what we did.
It's really a cute book. And give us an idea, just from the work that you do and the research that you've done, how much does a typical mom gain during a pregnancy? I mean, how much are we talking here?
Well, the recommendations are she should gain between 25 and 35 pounds, depending on, what her weight was beforehand. But a lot of moms do gain more than that. And research actually shows that the majority of moms never take off those last 5 to 15 pounds.
Yeah.
So if you carry that from each pregnancy, it can really add up. So
I was reading in one part of your book that it said, some moms carry that weight with them when their baby goes to college.
Oh, for sure.
So we don't want that. We don't want that. And we're going to talk about some of the great tips inside the book this morning. First of all, what will people find inside the book, Shara? It's more than just tips.
Yeah, it's simple things that they can do that are really relatable to moms. So,
recipes and all sorts of great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So we wanted to make it really relatable to a mom's life. So everything is from the mom's perspective.
And you mentioned it doesn't have to be a total makeover. Let's go inside the pages of the book now and give us some tips, if you will, as to what we can do to shed those pounds.
Okay. So one of the things that is really important is that moms eat breakfast. And breakfast is a really hard thing for a lot of moms because you're rushing them out the door, or you've got little kids and you're dealing with everyone else. So we wanted to offer some easy breakfasts that moms can do. It's really important. It is the most important meal of the day.
Okay.
So if a mom is not interested in eating or doesn't have time and wants to bring something with her, I brought some on-the-go types of breakfast. So even a shake that's got some protein in it, and some fiber. Really, fiber and protein are the 2 nutrients that are the most satisfying. So it's important. And they've got vitamins and minerals, so you don't have to feel guilty that you're not sitting down and eating the perfect breakfast, that you can actually bring something with you. But what's most important is that she actually eats something.
Okay, so take some time for yourself and get some breakfast. How about portion size? Another important point.
Yeah, portion size is probably one of the biggest things that everyone faces. So one of the tips that I offer is, when it comes to portion control, I really like they have these spray oil and vinegars, and the thing I like about the sprays is you just spritz it on a little bit, and you're getting a really small amount, but you're getting all the flavor. So you can put it on salads or in your pan and everything. I think one of the misconceptions is we think oil is good for I've heard olive oil is good for us, but you still have to watch the portions.
You still can't dump it on, right?
Right.
Okay.
So those sprays are really good.
Okay. And you mentioned oil. I know you say to spray the pan with a spray instead of dumping oil into your pan, right?
Right. So this is one I like because this is environmentally friendly. It's called Gourmet Mist. So there's some really good options out there. Just peruse your grocery store aisle.
Right. How about when we should eat? Should new moms be eating all the time, or
they need to eat every 3 to 4 hours?
Okay. Which may seem like a lot for some people.
Yeah, it could. So snacking is important. I think a lot of people think of snacking as something they shouldn't be doing, but really they should. And and there are some healthy snack choices they can bring with them. We talk about in the book that they should throw snacks in the diaper bag the same way that they throw snacks in for their kids.
That's a good idea. Okay.
So you can make a trail mix. I have a little trail mix. It's some cereal and nuts. It's well balanced. You got fiber, you got protein. So again, getting in those nutrients, but making sure that you're eating so you're not running through the drive-through. That's the last thing we want.
Okay, great idea. And I know you also talk about the right foods to eat. It's important as to what we're eating. It's just as important what we're eating as what we're not eating, right?
Exactly. So adding foods first, because once you add foods, you will naturally take away other foods. So some of the things, I mean, certainly fruits and vegetables, they're filling, they're low in calories. Whole grains are really important. Beans, they're very filling. They're high in fiber. And even healthy fats. Well, I said, you don't want to really pile it on.
Right.
Having some healthy fats is really important in your diet also. It helps you feel satisfied. So, one of the questions I always get asked is, butter, margarine, I always just like to clear that up. Choosing a tub margarine that has no trans fats is a really good idea. Okay. So you're eating those healthy foods. You're getting rid of some of the other foods like the saturated fat and the other things that are going to add too many calories and not good things.
Okay, some great tips. And coming up, we have even more tips. We'll talk about some ways you can work exercise into the mix and how you can lose those unwanted pounds without breaking the bank. That's coming up with Shara in just a few minutes. Stay with us. Many mummies struggle with their tummies after having a baby, but don't worry, moms. A plan for losing the weight and looking fabulous is now available thanks to this new book, The Baby Fat Diet. Author, dietitian, and mom Shara Aaron from Yardley joins me once again in the studio to take us inside the pages. Shara, thanks so much for being here. The book is so much fun. It's such an easy read. You said the chapters are nice and short, so moms can put it down, pick it up, put it down, right?
Exactly. It's supposed to be relatable for the busy mom's life.
Perfect. Well, speaking of busy moms, a lot of moms, have no choice some days but to go through that drive-through line for the kids, grab McDonald's or what have you. What can moms do who are trying to lose that weight when you have to go through the drive-through line?
Well, fast food can be a necessity in a mom's life once in a while. So what's important is to have some tactics on hand. And some of the things that we talk about in the book, we call it the fast food solution, is that it's okay to bring your kids because they have those playgrounds and it's nice for them to have something to do. But be careful about, when they eat their food and they leave half of it there and then go off to play, that you're not stuck there picking at their leftover chicken nuggets and French fries. So what we tell moms is have your kids, and it's a good learning experience too, pick up their food and go put it in the trash as soon as they're done. You order, an entree salad, or you can have a chicken sandwich yourself, or try and eat something before you go so that you're not so tempted. And, a couple French fries here and there is going to be okay, but it's not going to break your diet. But those are some tactics to use.
Great advice. How about exercise, Shara? How can we, or a mom who has a new baby, how can she work exercise into the mix? Some moms think, I don't have time for this.
Right. So playing with your kids is a great way to exercise. We have a chapter called Exercising to the Wiggles.
Okay.
And we say, put on some music or put on a dancing show and dance around with your kids. You can do games where you race to pick up toys. So kind of working exercise into the play for your kids, and actually getting down and playing with them is one way to work it in. And then also, when the kids go to bed, you could do some things on your own, or so there's lots of tactics you can use that can work into your life.
So is it essential to join a gym, or do you not need to if you don't have the financial means?
Yeah, if you don't want to, I mean, you can certainly get together with other moms, and there's stroller clubs where moms get together and they walk, and obviously the weather's getting nice now.
Perfect.
So you can go outside, take the stroller, put the baby in there. So you don't necessarily need to join a gym, but you have to find things that work for you. I know we tend to push those things by the wayside, but exercise really is very important.
And as we talked about, Shara, losing that extra baby weight can be overwhelming, and many moms are dealing with the stress of that on top of the stress of the economy. So how can we get skinny without making our wallets too skinny?
So using some of the things that we say in the book, it doesn't have to be costly. Making your own meals is certainly less expensive than going out to eat, and it's healthier. A lot of research shows that the more you eat out, the more likely you are to maintain that weight gain. So if you can eat at home, you're going to take that weight off a lot easier, and it will be a lot less expensive. When you go to the grocery store, have a plan. Get the circular ahead of time. Find out what's on sale. There's certainly healthy foods out there that are not going to break your bank. And the more you can make from scratch, obviously, the better it's going to be. Actually, a lot of research shows that using those prepared kits and things doesn't really save moms all that much time, and it's healthier when you do it on your own.
Great tips. And lastly, where can people get this great new book?
They can get it at Barnes & Noble and Borders, on Amazon, anywhere they sell great books.
All right. Well, it looks like such a good book, and tips that even those of us who don't have kids can follow.
Exactly.
So I was writing down some tips for myself. So Shara, great to see you. Thanks again for all of the great advice.
You too.
We appreciate you being here. And stay with us. We're coming right back.